Hi, my name is Saddam Hussain. Welcome back to CBSE Board Economics. We are covering balance of payments. We have already seen foreign exchange rates, demand for foreign exchange supply. Now we go to the accounting part of balance of payments and balance of trade. There are two concepts you have. One is balance of trade. We call it as BOT. The second is BOP, balance of payments. Let's discuss the first one. What exactly is balance of trade, BOT? Balance of trade is a narrow concept. BOT is the difference between exports of goods and import of goods. BOT is the difference between visible items, between exports and imports of, mind it, only goods. In economics, we call them as visible items. Balance of trade, BOT, is equal to exports of goods minus import of goods. That is exports of visible items minus import of visible items. Visible items means which you can see and touch, tangible goods in fact. India exports a lot of goods. India exports jute, we export cotton fabrics, we export iron ore to other countries. This is the goods. India imports lots of goods from other countries. Maybe we import a lot of electronic items. It can be in terms of mobile phones, in terms of TVs, in terms of microovens, a lot of things we import from other countries. So we take the difference between exports and imports of goods, we get BOT. Suppose India is exporting goods worth $5 billion and importing goods worth $3 billion, and BOT will be 5 minus 3, $2 billion. So BOT is the difference between exports of goods and import of goods. BOT is equal to exports minus import of visible items. That's goods. Now we go to the next part of it. What is BOT? When is BOT positive? Positive, or we call it as favorable BOT. It's good. Positive means when the exports of goods is greater than import of goods. When the export of visible items is greater than import of visible items. So we take an example. If India is exporting $500 million worth of goods and importing $3 million, so it's a positive BOT. That means there is a surplus. We call it surplus BOT, positive BOT, or favorable BOT. Exports of 500, say in terms of rupees, 500 crores, and imports are 300 crore rupees, and the BOT is 500 minus 300, 200. So this is surplus, positive, or favorable BOT. When is BOT, balance of trade, negative? Negative minus. When imports of goods is greater than export of goods, if India is importing goods worth $500 billion and exporting only $300 billion, the other way around, so minus 200. So this is negative BOP. We call it unfavorable BOT, or we call it as negative unfavorable BOT, which is not good for. Of course, it depends. For development of the country, we have to import. We have to import technology. So we repeat once again. Balance of trade. What is balance of trade? Balance of trade is the difference between exports and imports of goods only. It does not include services. Goods in economics, we call it here as visible items. Services, we call them as invisible items. What is BOT? Is the difference between exports and imports of only visible items or goods. BOT formula is X minus M, exports of goods minus import of goods. When is BOT positive or surplus or favorable? BOT is favorable or positive or surplus when exports of goods are more than import of goods, when the exports of visible items are more than import of visible items. 500 we exported and 300 we imported, 200 is the surplus, positive. When is BOT negative or unfavorable or negative? BOT is negative when import of visible items or goods are more than export of goods. Negative. We exported only 200 and imported 500 worth goods. So in this case it will be 300 negative BOT. When is the third one I didn't write here. When is a balanced BOT? Balanced. When is BOT 0? When the exports of goods is equal to import of goods, or exports of visible items is equal to import of visible items, BOT is 0 or balanced. For example, we exported goods worth 500 and imported goods worth 500, so BOT will be 0. We're not commenting here which is good and which is bad. These are just concepts. What is BOT? When is BOT positive? When is BOT negative? When is BOT is 0 or balanced? Now we take one example here. If BOT is 200 and exports are 500, what are imports? What is the value of imports? So write the formula. BOT is equal to exports minus imports. 200, you put it here, BOT is 200 and exports, we taken it as 500, the value of X. So the value of X will be X is equal to 500 minus 200, 300. 500 minus 300 is equal to 200. They can ask you as if BOT is minus 200, exports of 500, what is the value of, you put the value here minus 200 and this will be 500, the value of X will be, so minus minus will become plus here, that will be 700, so that will be minus 500 minus 700, so you put the values, the signs don't ignore. If it is negative BOT, write it as minus 200 here. The remaining values will be the same. Answer, you get it easily. I repeat once again, balance of payments. Balance of payment is a different concept. We are discussing balance of trade. Balance of trade is the difference between exports and imports of a country. Only goods, visible items. BOT is equal to exports minus imports of visible items or only goods. It does not include services. In economics, we call them as invisible items. So the next question we discussed, when do you have a positive BOT or surplus BOT? You have positive or surplus BOT when exports of goods is greater than import of goods. When do you have a negative BOP or we have not positive one, negative here. So that is unfavorable BOT when imports of goods is greater than export of goods, and then a small numerical which you can do easily. So that is BOT. When do you have a balanced BOT? Or when is BOT 0? When exports of goods is equal to import of goods. That's all we have time for today. Till we meet next time, it's goodbye. Best of luck for exams. Don't forget to share, subscribe, like. Bye-bye.